The signs of the last days prophecies were foretold by the prophets of old and Jesus Christ and his apostles. Now it's happening, like the Bible said. And now, in just a few days, on May 14th, the United States will make history by opening the first official embassy of a country in the holy city of Jerusalem in Israel. This is after the U.S. President on December 6th made history with the USA recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. He also announced plans to relocate the U.S. Embassy from its location in Tel Aviv to the Israeli capital, fulfilling a campaign promise to implement the 1995 Jerusalem Embassy Act passed by the U.S. Congress, which required the State Department to transfer the U.S. mission in Israel to Jerusalem. Now that is about to be realized, with a U.S. delegation coming to Israel's capital for the opening of the new embassy in Jerusalem in a few days, which will include many lawmakers, senior advisors to the president, and U.S. cabinet members as well. According to media reports, Treasury Secretary Mnuchin will lead the American delegation to Jerusalem, where the U.S. is slated to open its new embassy on May 14th, which coincides with Israel's 70th Independence Day, which will mark a generation since Israel was reborn as a nation, just as the Ezekiel 37 prophecy foretold. This is a truly prophetic event that is happening, that is opening up something very special in the world. Among the hundreds in the U.S. delegation will be senators and representatives of the U.S. Congress, as well as American Jewish leaders. President Trump's son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner will also join the delegation, and the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, will attend as well. And now it's reported that President Trump will also video conference into the ceremony, where no doubt he will tout his fulfillment of a key campaign promise to open the U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem, despite the significant geopolitical implications that it brings. But it also brings huge prophetic implications as well, with those geopolitical implications. So the USA is opening up its embassy, but the USA is opening up something far greater than only just an embassy in Jerusalem. For with this announcement of recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel and moving the U.S. Embassy there, the USA is also opening up a prophetic pathway to last days Jerusalem prophecy fulfillment, with their historic recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. For this event is triggering an opening of a prophetic pathway to fulfillment of last days prophecies, which foretell that the end time will revolve around Jerusalem and Israel. And this event now is moving the Arab Muslim states, it's moving the Jewish state, and it's moving the Western world into their positions to be onto the biblical path that leads to Jerusalem prophecy. This prophetic game changer of USA recognition of Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, with them placing their embassy there, is a major last days prophecy sign that will lead to bringing about a Middle East peace agreement, also a last days Jewish temple in Jerusalem, and then ultimately the revealing of the Antichrist in Jerusalem as the Bible prophecies foretell. If you would like to learn more about this from the prophecies, history, and events about how that the USA is opening up a pathway to Jerusalem end-time prophecy, then go now to our website, signsoftheLastDays.org, where you will find a new video that's entitled USA and Jerusalem, the Coming Peace, Temple, and Antichrist. And I assure you, there are some prizes in there for many. Not only will you discover in this video how the USA is opening up a pathway to Jerusalem end-time prophecy, but also you can learn about how this is positioning the world onto a biblical path to a Middle East peace agreement. Also how the Antichrist world order revived at the same time as the nation of Israel was revived and reborn. Then also how the conditions leading to Europe's Hitler rising to power are happening again for the Antichrist to rise to power. and how, as the Balfour Declaration legitimized the nation of Israel to its homeland, the U.S. Declaration can legitimize a last days Jewish temple. And then how the Great Tribulation is started at Jerusalem. So go now to our website, signsofTheLastDays.org, and get this resource, USA and Jerusalem, the coming peace, temple, and Antichrist. And you can see how current events could be shaping up the path to end-time prophecy fulfillment at Jerusalem. A link to this resource is provided down below, and the proceeds from the resource goes back into supporting the work of this nonprofit ministry. The events happening now are signs showing the world is on the very precipice of major end-of-the-age prophecy fulfillment. And as always, the signs of the prophecies come together quickly, and their fulfillment happens suddenly. So don't delay and prepare today by learning more from this resource about how the USA is leading the way toward Jerusalem events, bringing about the return of Jesus Christ.